All right, guys, welcome back to Tech and Tactical. This is the final thoughts on the Ganzo G741 folding pocket knife. I've been carrying this thing for 2 weeks now, so I've got a pretty good idea of the knife. I've carried it daily for 2 weeks, and I've used it for every task that I've had that I needed a knife for the last 2 weeks. So I have put this thing through its paces. I've taken it out in the woods. You can see, take a look at my previous videos. I've got a couple of them out in the woods in this guy. They're not very long or thorough, but it's just a quick, this isn't a bushcraft knife, so I'm not going to do a 20-minute video of me working wood with it because it's really, not really what it was designed to do. But it did a very, very good job. So I'm very impressed with the knife overall. Again, this is based on price, guys. So if this knife was $65, I probably wouldn't even be doing a review on it. It would just be another knife. It would be an okay knife for 60 bucks. For 20 bucks, it's a great knife, in my opinion. And I'm going to probably give this knife, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm going to give this knife an 8 out of 10. So that's pretty damn high for me. My only other knife that I've reviewed that got higher than that was the Kershaw Blur, which I have a personal the Blur is like my, I've got a really strong opinion of that knife. This being an 8 is really high. And as I said, it's all based on price, guys. So it's an 8 because of the price, of course. Cons. The only con that I came up with for the last 2 weeks, I've already told you guys. It was the fact that I tried to switch the pocket clip from that side to that side, and the far right hole is actually stripped already, and I didn't strip it. I didn't even get a chance to screw it in without, before I realized that there's no retention. Now, there are 2 other holes there. I probably could have put it on and just done it with 2 screws, but I didn't want to do that. So I put it back on this side. It is tip up carry, which is great. So I'm glad that it is tip up carry option. But I carry my knife on my belt. I know a lot of you guys carry a pocket knife in your pocket, and that's fine with me, but I don't do that. I carry this knife and all pocket knives that have a belt clip on my belt or have a pocket clip on my belt. So I'm right-handed, so I would like the knife to be this way. When I grab it off the belt, I want to be able to pull it off and then immediately go like that. So the pocket clip is actually technically on the wrong side for me, but when I tried to switch it, of course, it didn't work. So that's the con that I came up with. Everything else is pretty much pros. Fit and finish of the knife is really great. Look how straight that is for a $20 knife. Let's check the lockup. No play at all, guys. No play back and forth. No play up and down. The knife is solid as a rock. And that's after, I batoned with this thing last week. So even with some pretty heavy-duty use, I didn't do a lot of batoning. I mean, I probably batoned for 2 minutes with it. But just to check the durability. So pros, fit and finish, really good, really big pro on this guy. You can see it's getting dirty in there because of the work I've put it through. But there's no cracks or bends or anything. You can see it on the spine where I was striking a ferro rod. And that will wipe, I could wipe that off, of course. But blade has held up beautifully. I have resharpened it, but I haven't really even needed to. But I did resharpen it. So it's nice and sharp now. And it held an edge. So this is 440C blade steel, which is pretty darn good blade steel for a $20 price point. And it's held up great. So as far as the blade steel, another pro, for this price point being 440C. I'm glad they didn't use AUS 8 or something like that. So, I mean, that's okay, I guess, but I personally haven't had the best luck with AUS 8 and retaining an edge. So, really love the knife. Very impressed with the overall fit and finish of this thing. I haven't had any problems with it. There's no hot spots when using the knife or holding it. I mean, there obviously is a pocket clip on there, but other than that, the comfort is great. I love the finger guards, guys. I love the knives that have a little forward and back finger guards. So you can pull back on the knife, hold it like this, and use it for chopping. If you wanted to, you could choke up on it. You can stab with it because you've got this great finger guard, so your hand's not going to slip forward. Really good fit and finish on this one. The pocket clip, I love the pocket clip. For this price point, this pocket clip is fantastic. It is super strong. And I've been wearing it on my belt, and I'm pretty abusive on a pocket clip. Most pocket clips I will bend in a matter of days. And this thing is just strong. I mean, it is solid. So nice big lanyard hole there too, if you're into that. Yeah, really good stuff so far. As I said, it's straight as an arrow, which I'm really impressed by, for the price point. Knife sits super straight in there. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. And that, of course, is based on the price. I think that it is certainly worth $20. It's probably worth $40. I think it would still be somewhat competitive. Now, Ganzo don't start making these $40, but I think that even for $40, this knife would be a contender for my everyday use, for my everyday carry. So, pretty excited with the knife, with the way it turned out. I do have another Ganzo on the way, so I've got a second. I'm gonna review a second one too, to make sure that I didn't just get a good one, and we'll compare fit and finish between the two, and you guys can see the two side by side. The other one is also an 89 millimeter, so they're both should be roughly the same size. So what are kind of my final thoughts? I really like it. I do think for the price that it is very, very good. I have not had any problem with the lockup. It is really a good lockup system. This thing is so smooth. I can use my left hand. I'm not good with my left hand, but this thing will flip open and shut with my left hand with almost no effort. So really impressed with the action on this thing. It is quite good. So, as I said, I did resharpen it, but I didn't really have to, and I used it pretty hard for 2 weeks straight. So, there's that. But okay, here's the other reason that I'm doing a final thoughts video on this, because guess what just came? Uh-oh. There it is, minimalist. Let's move this guy back a little. Look at that guy. Woo! Broke down and got a neck knife. This is actually my second one of these. I had one of these a couple months ago. I ended up getting rid of it. Not because I didn't like it, I just had a little trade option. So this one is the Bowie style. Minimalist. Bolts design. Love this blade shape. Love the knife, honestly, so far. This review is not about this knife, but this is the one that we are going to do a review on after. We're going to do a review on this guy next, so pretty excited there. And as I said, I do have one more Ganzo in the mail on the way here. So thanks again for coming, guys, to Tech and Tactical. Leave some comments below. Let me know what knife you're carrying, and let me know what you thought of this Ganzo and whether or not you want more videos, more Ganzo videos. I feel like there's a ton of these on YouTube, videos on this company, and I can now see why. For $20, that's a fantastic daily carry knife. And I have been daily carrying it for the review. But I've been daily carrying it also because I want to. I think that the knife has been really great. So thanks again for coming. Please like and subscribe.